Hello there, darlings. Miss Lycanthe Jealouse here, greeting you from the UK on this magnificent, dreary day in London. Anyway, I am here tonight with the creative team of The Imaginary Musical, a fantastic romp that was created by Franco, Prinsloo, Chris Steyn and Natanya Brink, a team from South Africa, which I have had the amazing privilege to work with. I play a character in this show and on this album called Susie, a schizophrenic, but we'll get into that later. First, let's meet the team and I'll ask them some questions. The Imaginary Musical. What an interesting title for a show. Well, I think, if I may, like Franco said when we started it off, that it wasn't a real musical yet, so it became something in our imagination. But if you listen to the songs, there are quite a few references to, going inward into the imagination. And if you think about a stage, it's a black open space. It can be anything. How did the three of you meet?
We all three met in a town called Potchefstroom
In South Africa?
Yes, the Northwest Province. And it was when we were doing a musical. It was called the 80s
While
musical.
you were doing the musical?
Yes, and Chris was at the rehearsal and he saw us doing lifts. And I don't know if you can remember, but I couldn't really do the lifts. And Chris came and said, "Hey, can I help you guys with this dance passages?" And we met and we started talking about how we can do some musical work together. And I started to compose music. Natanya performed the music.
You were at the conservatoire.
Yes, we studied music at the Conserve in Potchefstroom.
Yes.
And then later at a few art clubs, festivals.
National
we did,
art festivals.
Yes, we did this show as a cabaret version.
Well, not this one. We did some
We
numbers
did a
of it.
version of a couple of versions of the show, I think.
Yeah, we did a couple of versions of it, yeah.
So basically we met in Potchefstroom and it's history.
Yeah. So this is an album about show business and a show about show business. Don't you think that that is a tad cliché?
I think what's important here is that what the show brings to life is the experience of the artist on stage, and I think it's almost songs for musicians in the end, where I think it expresses a lot of emotions that's about performance and about the lack of performance in the end. That
And it is theatre people.
yeah, it's a theatre piece for the theatre people.
Exactly. There are some very fascinating themes running through this album. You mention the sensation of feeling alive rather than being alive. Could you elaborate? I think when I wrote some of the stuff, like in Curtain, and I get the sensation when I listen to Natanya's Balloon especially, and Where's My Audience, and in also the prologue and in the epilogue, there are many moments in my life, and I think in audience members' lives, where, we are not always physically aware that we are alive. Life happens to you, but there are glimpses of glory, I call it, where you realize, oh my God, I'm alive. The birth of your child, your first kiss, the first time you get your heart broken. And I think those moments it's not a constant. It's not, it happens interspersed in a person's life. And I think this album deals with those moments where you actually feel alive, truly feel alive. And it's three actors, it's three performers, it's three songwriters. It's a little bit autobiographical for me in a way, but I think, those moments when you are on a stage as well. So it translates back to the stage, it translates back to the imagination, when you can go within to yourself and then be alive. I think that's what it feels for me.
I think that encompasses the question. I have nothing to add.
Great. Next question. I find the plethora of genres in this show quite intriguing, and this album actually quite intriguing. I forget that it is an album. Anyway, so many albums and productions today are, very genre specific. Yours are not. Why the choice of so many different genres for this album?
Well, I think the reason why we chose, or subconsciously chose, to write the music we did is because we listened to a lot of different music. There are a lot of music out there and a lot of musicals out there with a lot of different genres. Some of the music is jazz based, some of the music is more cabaret based, some of the music is really musical theatre style songs, and some of it is inspired by country, for example, to Susie. So I think essentially getting the message across to what you are trying to say as a songwriter, I think that determines the genre that you write the song in.
Yes, but I mean for this album it's multiple. I mean it's not like Rent where everything is rock, or like Jesus Christ Superstar where everything is like kind of that type of style. I think
maybe it's got to do with the fact that we have a certain message to carry across, and that we don't make that a genre thing, but rather, try and take the elements that make sense to us and put that in the song. And then as a whole, I think it actually kind of works very well.
The genre came second.
Yeah.
I don't think we actually went and thought,
okay,
I'm going to write a country song.
Yeah, it's I think how the text and how the biographical elements came together, I think it just kind of made the genre happen, whatever happened for that specific song.
Yeah.
Now the question remains, can we expect more from the creative team of Prinsloo, Brink and Stain in the future? Yes, I think as an album, it's a total album, it's a good album, but I'm already working on script development with the material. For a musical, for a show, obviously it's a little bit short, we need to have another act, but that's what I'm developing. So.
And also at the moment, I think it's just necessary to say that we are going to perform the songs live in a few months' time.
Concert version.
Yes, we're having a concert version, and people should watch the site, check on Facebook for more details about the performances to come hear the music live.
Yes. No. Maybe. Good.